Hello, this is Ian Ishiyama. I'm part of the Lincoln Ishiyama Lab Group, and I have just bought my supplies for the model bottle rocket. I'm hoping that this installation will work in case my other insulation pipe does not work, or that I can pad it further and make it softer and more cushiony. But in case that doesn't work, I also have a sponge here. I'm hoping that I can maybe cut out the sponge to maybe fit the egg inside, maybe in the shape of the cylindrical tube. So I might be using our combination of all three of these to make sure that the egg is safe. Moreover, I have a bright orange 100-foot rope, and this will be used to measure how far the rocket went so we can ensure that it did fly 100 feet and that we did complete that requirement of the experiment. And I've also brought to the store our hollowed out bottle. We have cut out the bottom, and we are hoping to try to make this our cap and put it on top of a 2-liter bottle, which will hopefully be the main body of our rocket. Yes, we have 2 rolls of duct tape. I am very prepared to be using a lot of this, especially on the fins, and I will definitely keep you updated on how much of it that we end up using at the end of this project. Thanks! So, an update, I am walking back in the middle of the street with this insulated tube on my shoulder, and I look like an absolute buffoon. I've already gotten some strange looks from people. I feel like a kid with his foam sword, but you know, it's all in the name of science, so thank you, Dr. McGrath, for making me do this.
This video is about our plan for the rocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a sponge inside in the bottle there. We're going to cut it in half and put one half at the top next to the cap to provide a point of cushion. The idea is that when the rocket hits the ground, the tennis ball will hit first, and then the sponge will absorb the impact. Yep. It's gonna be great. Then we're gonna stick a tube through the sponge. One half of the sponge is gonna be at the cap there, and then we're gonna fill the bottle with some insulation. I think it's called. Yes. Weather seal. And whatever that is. And then yes. And then we're going to put the other half of the sponge at the bottom of the bottle and fill that with window seal as well.
Yeah. And we're also planning to hopefully be able to either cut a hole in these aren't full-size tennis balls, they're actually dog toy tennis balls. So hopefully, we're hoping that some other groups we heard had problems with the nose cone deforming. Hopefully these doggy tennis balls will prevent that. We just have to figure out, the challenge is going to be figuring out how we're going to get this on there without hopefully having too much trouble drilling a hole through them. Hopefully duct tape will just work, but we're going to work on it.
Yep, and stay tuned for us cutting the sponge.
Well, we're almost through the sponge. I had the idea of measuring it and then, you know, making sure I cut it directly in half. It was about 8 inches and 3/4, so I did measure it out, and it's roughly half. Look at that.
Neat.
Beautiful rocket. So keep in mind, this is one half of the sponge, and the other half will go in, but only after the tube is nestled safely inside.
Yep.
So this is stage 1, and hopefully we'll get to the fins soon enough.
Alright, cue the music. It's gonna be a great rocket. Alrighty, we are ready to test our rocket. I haven't thought of a name for it yet. I will eventually.
He suggested SpongeBob. I vetoed it.
Yeah, that's vetoed.
But as you can see, we have completed our sponge portion of our rocket. We have everything we set out to do, except now we have the egg inside this gray layer here. So we're going to see if these 3-layer sponges plus the sponge on the bottom is enough to protect this egg from me throwing it down. Well, I can't throw it all the way down, but all the way to the 2nd floor. So I'm going to see if I can throw it down and see if what I built protects it. So 3, 2, 1. Remove the sponge, and it looks like our egg is safe. Let me just take
Yay.
it out to make sure. Hold on. Be careful just in case it is leaking. And you look at the bottom. No, there's no damage.
No damage.
Yeah.
Yay,
Our
perfect.
egg is fine. Look at
Now,
that.
will it be able to survive from 100 feet?
I believe
Yes.
that there is a good chance that our design
Yes.
will work. As long as I don't drop this egg in the stairwell again. And we will keep you updated on how we do with the rest of this bottle. We already have the markings for the fins. We just need to figure out how to cut the fins out and put them on an equal height away from the bottom of the rocket.
Yep. All right. This is our rocket, or half of it.
This is the other half.
This is the other half. Yes.
So this is going
Fins.
to go on the bottom. These fins are made out of cardboard. We cut them out roughly 21.5 centimeters tall.
Write it down when you get this.
10 to the length of the rocket. So the part that's going along the length of the rocket, that's 10 centimeters. And then the overall width of the fin is also 10 centimeters. As you can see, we brought the 100-foot cord with us. We have successfully secured it to one of the fins. So when this cord leaves my hand, it'll tell us that we made the 100 feet. One of my concerns, though, is that the fins will be too heavy. I reinforced them a lot with duct tape because the cardboard was too flimsy. But what that might do is shift the center of mass more towards the middle. So I'm afraid the rocket might cartwheel in midair and not land straight on the head like I wanted to. This is Benediction 1.
Yes.
That is what we have decided to christen our rocket. Hopefully the egg will survive. My more concern is that we make the 100-foot mark and then it flies completely straight. It may be too heavy with the added duct tape to even get that far, but really Benedict 1 will survive.
Yes.
We are praying that it does so.
Yes.
And yes, I named it Benedict 1 because either one, the egg's going to end up blessed, which is the Latin Benedictus, and it's going to survive, or it becomes Eggs Benedict and becomes blessed anyways, and becomes an egg omelet. So either way, it turns into food or it survives. So either way, it is Benedict 1. That is what we have christened it. And,
She's a beauty.
She is a beauty.
Or,
and we will see what happens to it.
Get there over.
Okay.
So go ahead, just pull the trigger.
Aim for Elizabeth and Danielle.
We'll see.
Aim for Elizabeth and Danielle.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to, and then in the meantime, I'm gonna have to go switch.
Mission failed. Try again next time. We got ourselves a different cap, so that one that was would prevent the water from leaking out.
So that's what you're.
This is Ian's child, Benediction 1.
Hit Tom.
Yes.
Hit Tom's in there. Right. Go on. Right in the windshield.
Yeah.
Faster, Ian. Go.
What should I fill it to? 80?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, we'll try to 80. All right.
Hey, maybe we should make it go higher. I love that we're shooting.
We'll try to wait till the cars go by.
Yeah.
This person knows what's
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't hit the guys. Ready?
Launching in
3, 2, 1. Benediction! Alright, so we're trying it again with less water. Hopefully it's not a dud this time around.
Go,
Here it is. Mark 2.
What's your thing's name?
It's
Benediction. Benedict 1. Because we'll be saying benedictions over it, and then if it succeeds.
The egg was still intact.
Yeah. Whoa! Okay, that didn't work either. My thoughts exactly, Remus. My thoughts exactly.
I'm sorry, Remus.
I think the string held it back.
Alright, we're trying it again. Third time's the charm. The cap is leaking, so. Okay, well, that didn't work either. Yeah. Now, if it hits the pole and bounces, then I might have to dive out of the way. Wow, that was the worst dud ever. Lame. Okay, so it was exactly the same as last time. Alright, this is test number 6. Ian, how do you feel?
Exhausted.
Yeah.
Tired. I'm at 50 psi.
Okay, and that's because
That
there's
worked.
air.
Okay, so welcome back. This is Benediction 1. It's been about a week since our first test launch. As you probably saw, our test launches did not go very far. We thought that the main cause might be, well, part of it was because there was just problems with the launcher. And we didn't have any good launches. And part of it was because our cord, if you see our neon cord over there, that kept getting caught up in the launch pad. And we also thought that part of the problem might have been that our rocket is too heavy. So as you can see, Dr. McGrath has fixed the wobbling problem by making this a solid pole instead of she had a ball joint down here and it was too loose. So it made our rocket wobble all over the place and it sent it off at weird angles.
Thank you, Dr. McGrath.
Yes, thank you, Dr. McGrath, for fixing that. And so to fix the string problem, we decided to go from the neon cord to this fishing line. We figured it was much less heavy, and since it's thinner, it will have much less of a chance catching in the launch pad when we launch this. As for the weight, if you can bring it in closer, you can see that we have gotten rid of the duct tape that's in between each of the fins, so that will hopefully lighten a good deal of the weight that was on the bottom half of our rocket. But we still kept the duct tape at the bottom, and these fins they're pretty secure.
Yep.
So hopefully they should not fly off if there's a bad landing. And I did strip down the duct tape, so the fins are definitely much more flexible. That could be a problem if there was higher wind and we had more use for stable fins, but hopefully these lighter fins will get us more height, but also keep our stability at the bottom because it's really firm. Yeah. And also I redesigned the cone. It wasn't aerodynamic enough, and we also had a lot of tape on the cone, which was causing some weight issues. So we decided to scrap most of the tape that we had on this, and we started laying down pieces of tape in this more vertical kind of a fashion, hopefully to make it more aerodynamic, making it more like an arrow shooting straight up. That's sort of our solution. But we kept the tennis ball. The tennis ball hopefully will be the shock absorber that prevents this from all smashing. So Benedict 1 already has the egg loaded into it. Another potential problem that I could see occurring is that in taking off the duct tape, I accidentally did puncture a hole into the bottom of the bottle. You can see that there's an extra layer of duct tape aside from the one that's connecting the two together. And so that hole might cause some problems if we get to a high enough pressure, but hopefully the duct tape will stay true to its name and clog the duct, which is the hole that I made in the rocket. So we will see if this works. I have high expectations that the egg will survive.
Me too.
Mostly looking forward to how much height we can get. We have marked out the exact length of 100 feet with this on this fishing line. So once we see this black piece of tape that we put on it, we should be able to tell that, okay, it did go 100 feet and we've completed both of the requirements. So long as the egg does not crack. How high do you think we want to go, Lincoln?
90 feet.
Oh.
What's going on?
I think that is definitely our leak.
Update on Benediction 1. We decided to get a new bottle because the leak was not able to be fixed with duct tape.
Yeah, it kept leaking out, and the pressure was pretty much gone, so there wasn't even enough for a preliminary launch.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, I kind of wish we could have gotten this done, but...
So we'll see. Dr. McGrath, I will get the video to you as soon as I can, as soon as we actually have a test run to show you. And in the meantime, I'll make a video of what we have so far. The decline and fall of Lincoln and Ian's first rocket. That's what I'll show you in lab tomorrow. But yeah, until then, Lincoln Patience, Ian Ishiyama signing off.
Hopefully it is.
Yes.
Looks like it's holding the pressure in great, unlike last time. And how much PSI do you think we should do?
I don't know, your call.
We'll give it 80 and see what it does.
Yeah. We have plenty of water and a spare egg for multiple launches.
Okay, well. So, this is the measure how it shows. I won't be too close to the launcher, so we'll have to go past our mark to be able to actually go.
Give me T minus.
Okay, T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Already is the egg still alive?
Benedict, did you survive our less than 100-foot launch? Yes. Benedict
Yay!
did survive. Again, it wasn't very high.
It was our best launch yet, though. So improvement is what we're going for.
We are looking for an improvement. This will be our our 7th?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So we are. It might be the wind. We might need to try another day. But we'll definitely keep doing more test launches because I think there's potential. There's potential.
Oh yeah, we can totally make it.
We can totally make it to 100 feet. It just needs to fly straight. The fins might need a little bit of readjusting.
No, it's just a wind.
As long as the wind isn't crazy, I think we should be able to make the mark again. So we're gonna reload and try again.
I like that. Wow. So, more than 100 feet, but not all night. I'm gonna cut the video because we're at 6 minutes. I'm holding cool. Yeah. Oh goodness. The nose cone was slightly dented after that launch. We'll see if Benedict still made it.
Let's go. He's fine.
Yes.
Absolutely fine.
Yes.
Squished a little bit. Benedict is completely intact. And we made it past the 100-foot mark, but that was horizontal distance. So we're gonna try. One of our colleagues suggested that we rotate the platform so that it's not pointing in the same way that the wind's going. It could also just be our fins, but we'll try fighting against the wind next. So that'll be our next test.
Alrighty, we'll see if we can get it straight this time.
Hopefully, I'm right, it'll work.
We're gonna try and time it when there's not a gust of wind going on. I believe we are at maximum pressure.
Yes. At least we were. We were at maximum pressure. There we go. That's better. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
At thy command.
Okay, wait, hold on. Shift it a little. Okay. Ready? 3,
Yes.
2, 1.
Whoa!
Oh!
Yo! It worked!
It worked!
It worked!
Did it go past past the 100-foot mark.
Ah.
We got so close. Look at that.
Yes.
We got so close.
All right, I'll go check the rocket.
It was almost 100 feet. That was perfect. That made me so happy.
Yes, we couldn't have asked for a better launch.
And Benedict is still safe.
Yes, mission accomplished.
It's essentially been accomplished. There was a bit of an X-direction factor, of course. We did reach the 100-foot mark end on our rope. And it was pretty straightforward, so we might try one more test, but if that doesn't fail, this was our best one. We still have a little bit more water, so we might as well give it one more go, right?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so we will do one last one, and then Benedict, I have faith, he will
Yes.
survive. Our boy will survive.
Ian's boy.
My boy will survive.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Too much water.
Not so great. Yeah, too much water.
There's too much water. But our eggs just should be safe.
Yep. How high can Benediction 2 go?
I don't know.
The sky's the limit, as they say.
No. Do you think that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
The winds came down and the floods came up. The winds came down and the floods came up. The winds came down and the floods came up. But the rocket on the pad launched fine. It's not the original song, but yeah.
It's fine.
The original song was about the house on the rock in Jesus' parable. Oh my goodness!
Oh my
Ian!
word. Well,
I'm glad you didn't die.
that was a surprise.
I held it back a little bit, so it went farther. It definitely went farther.
No one's going in the ground.
Yo!
That's hilarious. I see. It landed right here. Let's go. It
Yes!
ripped off one of our fins. That's incredible.
Victory!
That,
Total victory!
that I consider that an absolute smashing success.
Yeah, literally, ha 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 ha.
Smashing into the ground. Yes, yes, yes. I'll take the fin off for now. And let's see how much.
And did the egg survive?
Survived. Yeah. I
that-
don't have confidence.
Me too. But this is like the biggest threat to the egg we've had yet.
Alright. Alright. The moment of truth. Did Benedict survive? Yes, he did. There is not a scratch on this bad boy. Look at him.
Yes!
We never failed once to protect our egg. That is amazing. He is
Yes!
still as
He's
healthy
perfect.
as ever.
Except he does have a bit of green on him, but you know what?
Yeah, it's fine. he can take a little bit of, fall damage. It's fine. Benedict 2 was absolutely better than Benedict 1. And it
May he rest in peace.
way higher than I ever expected. So
Yeah.
that is a absolute win in my book.
That's amazing.
And we hit 100 feet twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, at least.
At least.
At least, if not 3 times. So.
Might have caught once or twice. But yeah, we hit our mark and we have the evidence that survived.
Yeah. I will go out on a limb and say that physics class was worth it just for this moment.
Oh yes, all the pain that we have endured has led up to this.
Yes.
It's been an absolute wonderful time.
So thank you very much, Dr. Grath, for surprisingly improving our lives.
Yes, thank you. It was a surprise. It wasn't expected, but
It's a
it
good
just made
surprise.
me feel.
Unexpected blessings are the best kind.
Oh yes, definitely. And
Link.
this was good example of physics done in real life, and it makes me very happy.
Yes. Ian Ishiyama, Link of Patience,
Signing out.
signing off.
See ya.